Hello and welcome back to Remnant 2. Today we're going to be looking at one of my old builds. It was a gray health mod power build. There's some updates that have happened since then, and now some of the things work better together. You know, a lot more trait points and all that kind of stuff. So we're just kind of revamping it. We're revamping it and just having some fun with it again. Now, if you're not familiar with the overall setup, it's all built around primarily this amulet, and it is a necklace of flowing life, so that whenever we get gray health, the percentage or the amount that we get 5 times as mod power. So whenever gray health triggers, we get mod power. And then I've got a bunch of other things all kind of working together to start just generating a ton of mod power for us. Now, is it like this build like super effective or super high damage? It's really not. In many cases, when I've been like messing around with it and experimenting with it, the damage is actually kind of low because we have so much put towards using like generating mod power that we end up losing out on some of the like modifiers that could be increasing our damage. But you know, ideally, because we're spitting out so many mods, like it's maybe supposed to give us a lot of like damage as well. It's interesting. At the very least, it's pretty fun and it's different, so it's worth checking out. I would check it out if I were you. Now, the interaction I was kind of talking about before is the Ring of Omens with the Necklace of Life. So like I said, Necklace of Life is going to give you mod power whenever you get gray health, and the Ring of Omens changes your dodges so that you get gray health instead of costing stamina. So before, when you would dodge, it would cost you health, but it wouldn't trigger this, which was really a bummer. But now, whenever you dodge and you have that little, you get gray health for dodging, it now triggers and gives you mod power. And on top of it, with the two of them combined, you get the nice little Misty Step. So you can be in the middle of combat and just dodge around, avoiding enemies, and then dropping out mods by dodging, which is pretty nice. So that right there could be its own thing all on its own. But I've started, I've kept pushing it a little bit further and further, probably more than it really should go. But, it's fine. It's fine. So what else are we doing? Because I'm really just maximizing how much mod power I get for gray health. And so I've got the Burden of the Warlock so that my mods cost less. And then every time we activate them, it's going to give us gray health, which then triggers for more mod power, which is really nice. The bad thing is when you do that, if I were to activate my Space Crabs on the Huntmaster, like this gun right here, it doesn't actually generate mod power for that gun. Instead, it's going to end up generating mod power for the one that's stowed. And then the stowed one, if you swap it, then you activate that one, it'll generate mod power for the other one. And I'm pretty sure it's because like the timing between activating the mod and then like when you can generate mod power for it is like too close. It like overlaps, and so it just can't generate it mod. And for most of them too, when you're activating them, they have multiple charges, so they like can't like still charge things up, or it's already active. So it unfortunately just doesn't quite work as good as I was hoping it would, but it does allow you to charge up your stowed weapon, which is nice. So you can do a nice little kind of swap back and forth thing where you activate one gun's mod to help to charge the other one, then you activate the other gun's mod and it helps to charge up that one, which is just kind of nice. Now these last two rings right here, I've swapped around a whole bunch over the past like 3 hours since I've been messing around with this build, which probably means that you can kind of use whatever you want there, because I have been using kind of whatever I want there. But right now I think this is the best setup, and that is with the dense silicone ring and the encrypted ring. So this one is going to give us mod power for health regenerated. So as we regenerate health, which we are constantly regenerating health, that's going to turn into mod power. So we trigger gray health, which turns into mod power, and then we regenerate that health, which turns into mod power. So we're double dipping on the same thing that we're doing. And then I've got the encrypted ring so that whenever we activate a mod, it gives us health regeneration, which is nice because like this is costing us gray health. This is going to give us health regeneration. Now you could swap this out for the Dread font right here, which gives you more gray health regeneration. And it is really nice. I was using it earlier and it works just fine. But I think I ultimately prefer this one because one, it can last up to 30 seconds. And then two, if for whatever reason you lose your gray health, this will still regenerate your health. So if you're out of gray health, Dread font will not help you at all. So I just like this for the baseline regeneration. Now, as I might have mentioned, I've already lost track of what I've said, but the damage on this is not super amazing, right? And part of it is because of all these things that we have equipped are all focused on just generating more and more mod power. So what you could do, and I did do this on some of it, was like maybe trade out these two and start plugging in some like damage ones, Burden of Destroyer, Shard Banded Ring, other things that are just going to enhance maybe elemental damage if you're using elemental mods, things like that. So If you want and you really need some more damage, like maybe trade out one of those two, both of those two for more damage, or just use a different build, man. I don't know. Now the other part of this build that's like really kind of pushing it into like having lots and lots of mod power is the relic plus the medic. So we've got medic, and the main thing with the medic right now is the regenerator prime perk. So whenever we restore 250 total health, we gain a relic charge back. So we will be using the reprocessed heart. So on use, it converts 5 health as gray health for 40 mod power per second, 25 seconds, both weapons. So now we activate this. It's going to start generating us a ton of mod power because it's gray health turning into mod power, which turns into mod power, which regenerates thanks to the, our freaking just all the regeneration that we've got going on, which turns into mod power, and just lots of mod power coming from using this. And because we're technically losing health, right? This is turning our health into gray health, but we regenerate it. So every time we're regenerating that HP, that is charging up our regenerated prime perk. So we're going to be able to keep getting relic charges back so that we can be constantly using this, so that we're constantly using mods. It's a lot of fun. Trait-wise, I've got the triage, flashcaster from the things, blah, blah, blah. We want regrowth because we want that health regeneration. Fortify because we need a little bit of defense because we don't want to die right away. Maxing out vigor, and actually on top of that, we have the Mudtooth tonic on, which is giving us 25 more health. Plus, in the relic itself, we have 15% more health, plus mod damage and healing effectiveness. I'm really wanting more maximum health outside of just staying alive. But when this Burden of the Warlock, whenever we take these percentage health costs at turning into gray health, because that percentage is technically a higher number, that means the amount is actually a higher amount of mod power. So that's why I really wanted a bigger number for these percentage amounts. Spirit, because we need to charge up our mods faster. Siphoner, because I have so many effects that are constantly out doing damage. I really wanted extra lifesteal for all the things that we're doing, and this is going to help us to stay alive, because if we start using lots and lots and lots of mods, you'll notice that our health is going to end up turning into a lot of gray health. So you have to be very careful there. Fitness, I just want those big, long, ghosty dodges, dude. We want to be able to dodge way out of the range of enemies. Bloodstream, lots of gray health. You want lots of gray health regeneration. Resonance, because I have been... resonance and amplitude. I have resonance maxed out right now. Amplitude is not maxed out. That's because I've just been doing a lot of different mods and things, and so I liked having some of the various effects fully maximized, bigger radius and all that stuff. And depending on what you're using, if you have a hard set, this is the stuff that I'm using, maybe don't have points in either one of them, maybe only pick one. But because I kept bouncing around so many different mods and stuff, I put points into both of them because I was too lazy to pick something and only have one choice. Now let me show you kind of what this thing can do in a controlled environment, just in case. So right now we have one charge of our space crabs. The nebula is not charged. So if we use the space crab now, you can watch our mod power down on the bottom right and watch as it kind of charges up nebula a bit. Boom, there it goes. And you can see it got close to half, plus now we're regenerating a bit of mod power. And now if we go ahead and we use our relic, one is going to quick charge up thanks to the Archon, and then we're just going to start generating tons of mod power. Look how quick our space crab is charging up, thanks to the freaking reprocessed heart and all that stuff we're going on. And our health isn't even that bad right now. We're very well in control, even though we're using our health to generate these things. And we use a nebula. We use that nebula at fully charged our space crabs. It's already got 10 charges back on this, so we can start using it again and again and again and again, just like that. Yeah, and then we've got 10 relic charges back. So, yeah, that's pretty much the build. So let's go ahead and take it out for a spin. I don't think there's anything else I want to say about it, other than mess around with the different mods. It's not very good against bosses, unfortunately. I messed around with a couple different bosses, and it was kind of a bad time. Did not have fun. Now, I have used all kinds of different mods with it. I was using the Twisted Arbalist. I was using the freaking Merciless. All kinds of different boss weapons, different things, Big Bang, all kinds of different things. And I mean, they were all working to some degree or another. This is just nice because I can literally activate these mods and let them do things for me. I don't have to aim them. I don't have to think about where they're going. They just go out and they do their thing. So let's go ahead and spit out double space crabs, and then we swap to this one, activate it, because that's going to get this one mostly charged up, and we'll go ahead and use a relic now, get everything kind of cooking, and then get ready for whatever comes out of it. Now I also have the reality rune on, so I can ouchies. Kind of stick him slow in there, and then we can just kind of run around. And I'm not even using the dodge right now. I don't really have to. I've got the health regeneration thanks to the what's called the medic ability, so we could be using the little puddle of health there to kind of keep us topped off. And anytime we take damage, it's also going to get our mods like supercharged up because we generate a ton of gray health. Now we're probably going to trigger double rats here thanks to our boys just kind of dancing around, right? And then we just kind of run around like that. We can just kind of quick dash out of there. And actually, something I could mention, and because I didn't mention it, our armor, we're using heavy armor. And I'm not too worried about the stamina cost because of the Misty Dodge. With the Misty Dodge, you don't have to worry about if you're flopping or not. So you could actually use like a full set of Lido's armor. And that would be like the optimal choice, is because now you don't have to worry about how much stamina is costing you because it's just costing gray health, and that's kind of your thing right now. Here we go. Let's keep spitting out some more. We gotta be careful because our health, we're getting a lot of gray health, but because we created so much space using that dodge, we could just sit back and like let it regenerate, which gives us more mod power. And look at it go. You just keep sending out space crabs, and then you run around and have a good time, man. Yeah, hi guy. You do have to be careful with it, with some of the enemies. Like if they are very aggressive and they're in your face, then that can be very dangerous. Because if you're costing too much health and you end up like losing most of it to gray health, then, you know, one bad hit from an enemy can end you very quickly. Which is why I would probably recommend for this build, you should probably use the Lido armor at the bare minimum heavy armor, man. Yeah, look at that. Just by taking that damage, it fully charged us. We just got to watch out for the dodge amount thing, right? Or for the dodge thing. Watching out for the shock thing. Definitely had to dodge those so we don't die. And now as we run around, because these things are just going to auto-seek things out, I mean, I'll run around dungeons, and then I just start spitting them out and let them, like, run around and get things for me, right? Just lob them way out there. They'll go out. They'll do work for you. Boom. Which is why I like this setup the most. It's just because you can lob the mods from a safe distance. And even though it's costing you health, you're nowhere near them. So, like, it does the damage and you're safe. And you're generating mod power constantly. And you just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Alright, see the Vargas? Nope, just another regular dude still. Oh, dodge. Oh, God. Whoop. Oh, he got me. That was unfortunate. See what I meant about low health? When you start spending all your health as gray health, you get caught once and then you kind of go down. Especially on Apocalypse. Like, they do so much damage. Like, even when you have full health, it can be pretty dangerous. Let's throw on Lido, so let's just do the full thing and call it. See what it does. Oh yeah, that's much better as far as like taking damage. Oh, much better. Now, cool thing is too, what I could be better about doing is, oh lord, that's a lot of damage. Using the Nebula to apply corrosion to enemies so that their armor is lowered. And then, you know, you're just dealing more damage with your stuff. So that's always something to keep in mind. Come on. Oh, yeah, there he is. What's he got? Thick skin, bursting. Oh, bursting's going to be kind of scary, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. We're going to just dodge away, right? Using our gray health. Oh, shit. Now, that's going to kind of charge up our crabs just by dodging. Activate this one. Messed it up. Space crab. Crab. There's a lot of space crabs. Dodging. Dodge. Dodge. Our health is getting a little low. We got to be a little careful here. Maybe with some more lifesteal effects and stuff, we'll be alright. More crabs. More of this. I don't know where Vargas went, so what I'm actually going to do is climb up. We're going to cheese him a little bit. A lot of times as enemies, you can kind of use the ledges and trap them in a, like, I have to climb up there to get you kind of thing. And then be pretty strong like that. So now we're there. We're going to dodge over there. And now he's got to come this way. And then we dodge over there. Oh, no. Oh, then we go over this way. Oh, we got to watch out for that, though. Uh-oh. Poor guy. He's basically getting bullied at this point. Yeah. I'll try and go to a boss. I'll try and see if I can't win one, and we'll, or at least, at the very least, show you how that does. Alright, we're outside the Bloat King, because of course that's the boss I've got up next in this stupid place. But we swapped around the build a little bit, just to deal with him, because space crabs aren't going to help us. The nebula would probably be okay, but what I'm going to do is I figured I would really try some other things, and going through the dungeon, I actually got a nice little feel for it. Primary weapon, using the Merciless for the Bloodline effect, which is an awesome railgun shot thing. Pretty sweet, right? Got 3 charges. We're going to shoot that, and we've got Helix on our handgun. So both of them just to deal with kind of the range. So we'll be able to shoot this one, shoot a Helix rocket. You know, they both have multiple charges. Then we alternate between the 2 guns. They can charge each other up by using the different mods. Now, instead of using the reprocessed heart, because ultimately I didn't feel like I needed it as I was going through here, I'm going to use a resonating heart. This is going to give us a ton of regeneration, and because we have like so many like multiple charges of our mods, we're going to be able to regenerate like a lot of health, and I want to be able to like really make sure I'm healing all the way up. So I think this setup should work pretty well for us. Yeah, we'll give it a go here. I've technically already been in there because I was doing this earlier, which is how I knew this build kind of sucked against bosses, right? So we'll hit him with that, swap it over. Oh, swap it over. There we go. Boom. And we swap it back over. It's at 3 charges. Boom. This one's ready. Ping. Let's go ahead and use our relic now. I meant to use it earlier. We need to make sure I'm kind of at big health numbers so that it gets a lot of regeneration for us. Oh, I messed it up. Ping. 1. Oh, I missed it. There we go. There we go. A nice misty dodge to kind of help protect us. Oops, messed it up. We can just kind of dodge like that and see how it charges up our mod for us, which is nice. 1, 2, 3. We've got failsafe in there, which is why sometimes when I use the mod, it still has a charge left. And then we kind of dodge around like this, dodge around like this. Let's go ahead and use our relic. Boom. That'll give us some more regeneration going on. So we can actually tank more hits. And then when we tank those hits, it turns into gray health, which turns into mod power. So that is definitely a strategy to do. And that was actually one of the first things I was doing, was using like the crystal heart to take a lot of damage and not like take damage, if you know what I mean. And so I could really use the like gray health turning into mod power just by taking damage. So like that fully charges our stuff. Let's go ahead and use you. That'll give us a ton of regeneration. That's gonna fully charge all our stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. This is working actually pretty well. I'm actually kind of enjoying it. Bad thing is, Resonating Heart really works best when you're at full HP, like, and you can get that full amount going. But because I'm like constantly using my gray health, I need to be careful with how I use it in the middle of fights. So maybe something else would have been better for us. I don't really know. Like Crystal Heart again would be a solid choice just for the damage reduction, lots of health healing. You know, we're constantly getting the charges back. Like we're still at 10, so. You know, it's something to kind of keep in mind. Yeah, look how quickly that was regenerating. And we could even take some hits here, and it'll fully charge our mods for us. Dodging around gives us mods. Yeah. Yeah, overall, setup's working pretty well. And I think I like that about this so far, is like, kind of like how flexible it is in a way. Like, you can kind of use whatever mod you want. Different, relic choices are going to really allow you to like kind of play around with it and change the build to be like what you want it to be. So like this is really great like ranged precision damage, where that other one I was doing was just like really free form, like do whatever the heck I want. Ooh, that hurt a lot. That's a regeneration going on now. And then like look how quickly our health regenerates. We've got a ton of armor thanks to the freaking Lito's armor, and I mean, well, now he's not hitting us at all, but yeah, it's working. It's working, dude. Where's he at? Go ahead, hit me some. Hit me. Let's use our relic now, actually. Should make sure I do that. And the cool thing is, too, by using the relic, it actually charges our mods a bit. There you are. I want you to just die. don't really care to deal with you anymore. Let's use this. That's going to give us more damage reduction as well. It's something I haven't done at all in that fight, and I didn't need to do it. Yeah, so maybe I spoke too earlier when I said it's no good against bosses, because I mean it did pretty well there, but also that dude wasn't in our face. But then if you're on a different fight, you know, say we're fighting Fei Lin or Fei Rin, because that's some map we're on, you know, you could just do the mods I was using earlier and just spit them out, and then they'll continue doing damage while we just play defense and shoot out mods whenever we can. And it might not be the fastest kill ever, right? Because it, like I said, the damage on that is like kind of lowish, you know, it's nothing mind-blowing. But in a way, it's pretty safe, you know, it's different. At the very least, it's different, it's fun, it's just another way to play the game, which is great, which is really great. But thanks for checking it out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, give it a go for yourself. Kind of, you know, mess around with a new revamped like build. You could focus more on actually doing the dodges, because I didn't even focus too much on doing the dodges. You know, like there's a lot of fun possibilities here. This is a lot of fun. Fun game. Good stuff. Also, last video I done before this, I was using Savior, PSA, and I tried to pin comments and heart them when I saw them and stuff like that. But like, you have to do hardcore veteran. It's not hardcore survivor. You have to do veteran. I had my wires crossed thinking about other items and stuff. So please, please, please don't complete hardcore survivor trying to get the freaking savior gun, because I'm going to feel really bad. I still feel really bad right now. Yeah. But yeah, until the next one, take care.